So I recently got to do an interview with Patrick Mckeown, the author of The Oxygen Advantage, and he very kindly agreed to lead me in one of the practices from this book called the Breathe Light to Breathe Right method. And it's kind of a foundational practice to the book. And so I really invite you to do it along with me and let me know what you think in the comments below. Enjoy. Patrick, thank you so much for joining me again.
You're very welcome, Tom.
I guess before we start, is there anyone who shouldn't do this and anyone who should do it?
Yeah, the Breathe Light, Breathe Right is about gently softening your breathing. And by softening your breathing to breathe less air, you will generate a feeling of air hunger. People who are prone to anxiety and panic disorder, they can have an overly sensitive feeling towards air hunger, and it could put them slightly into a fight or flight response. So for that group, well, how about we do it and I pretend that I'm working with people with anxiety and panic disorder.
Okay, yeah.
So that will make it a little bit easier. And what we will do is we will do air hunger. Well, I'll start off with a small breath hold exercise, which is a very good, useful exercise for people with stress and anxiety of the mind, because we know it, Tom, and you know it, and I know it, that when the mind is racing, it's quite difficult to focus on breathing. And as a result, there's little delay tactics that we can do to help bring a calmness to the breath by simply bringing in pauses, and it's breathing recovery. And I often found that people with anxiety, you know, they will do meditation for a period of time, but they get a little bit frustrated. But this exercise here can help activate the parasympathetic response, or the body's relaxation response. So it goes as follows. Take a normal breath in, Tom, a normal breath in through your nose, a normal breath out, pinch your nose with your fingers. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let go and breathe normal. And you're breathing normal now for about 10 seconds. So just breathe as normal. And again, take a normal breath in through your nose and out through your nose, and pinch your nose and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let go, but to breathe in and breathe normal for 10 seconds. So you're just breathing normal for 10 seconds. And again, take a normal breath in and out and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let go and breathe in and breathe normal for 10 seconds. And again, take a normal breath in through your nose and out through your nose, and pinch your nose and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let go, breathe in through your nose and breathe normal for 10 seconds. So we'll do this for a couple of minutes. This is always a good way to introduce people to air hunger, because I want to be careful with them that I don't want to put them into that fight or flight. I've made plenty of mistakes in my past, so I'm trying to avoid them now. You're holding again for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let go, breathe in through your nose and breathe normal for 10 seconds. And again, take a normal breath in and out and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let go, breathe in and breathe normal for 10 seconds. So you're just breathing as normal for 10 seconds. And again, take a normal breath in and out and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let go, breathe in. Okay. So now what I would like you to do is you can continue with your hands just on your lap, and you're focusing on the airflow just coming in and out of the nose. So maybe focusing on the slightly colder air coming into your nose and the slightly warmer air leaving the nose. And the nose is a good place to focus on airflow coming in. Now, we can also feel the airflow at the back of the throat, or we might feel our chest rising and falling, or we might feel our abdomen or our tummy moving in and out with breathing. So with this, I'd like you to do it for about a half a minute first. And this is more so for people who may have a little bit of panic, that I don't want to expose them to air hunger for too long. But at the same time, I want to give them a teaspoon of air hunger, because it's a very good it's a very good way to decondition their response to the feeling of suffocation. So with this, Tom, you're taking a very soft and slow, gentle breath in through your nose. So really slow down the speed of the air coming into the nose. And at the top of the breath, bring a total feeling of relaxation to the body and have a prolonged and a relaxed, gentle exhalation. So allow the air to leave the body effortlessly. And after you breathe out, then take a very soft and slow, gentle breath in through your nose. Almost that your breathing is so smooth that the fine hairs within the nostrils do not move. So you're really softening the speed of the air coming into your nose, and at the top of the breath, a total feeling of relaxation to the body and a relaxed and slow breath out. And take a rest at that. So for any of your listeners or viewers, if that was comfortable enough for you, then we can do it for a longer period of time. So the whole key here is that we are gently softening the speed of our breathing. And by doing this, the objective is to take less air into our body. And we are taking less air into our body, not by holding our breath or not by freezing our breathing, but just by gently slowing down and softening our breathing. Now, the air hunger that you feel during this exercise, it's not because of a drop of oxygen. It's actually because there's an increase of carbon dioxide in the blood, because the primary stimulus to breathe is carbon dioxide. So as we breathe less air, carbon dioxide accumulates a little in the blood. And the benefit of carbon dioxide is that it can open up your blood vessels, and it can also increase oxygen delivery throughout the body, and also activate a parasympathetic response, and also increase heart rate variability. So hypercapnia can have some impact on increasing vagus nerve traffic. So with this, I want you to really soften the airflow coming into your nose. So really soften the airflow coming into your nose, and at the top of the breath, a total feeling of relaxation throughout the body. And you're allowing a relaxed and gentle and soft breath out. And after you breathe out, is to wait until you feel the need to breathe in again. And when you feel the need to breathe in, take a very soft, light, and slow, gentle breath in. So can you breathe in so softly, so smoothly that the fine hairs within the nostrils do not move? And after you take that soft breath in, bring a total feeling of relaxation to the body and allow a slow and relaxed and prolonged breath out. So allow the air to leave the body effortlessly. And after you breathe out, then when you need to take a breath in again, take a very soft and quiet and gentle breath in. So the objective here is that we are slowing down the speed of the air in, and we are having a very relaxed and prolonged exhalation. And typically the length of the exhalation should be about 1.5 times the length of the inhalation. So we are softening the speed of the breath in, and at the top of the breath, a total feeling of relaxation to the body and having a prolonged and relaxed exhalation. The objective is that you breathe less than what you were breathing before you started the exercise. And by taking in slightly less air, maybe about 30%, you allow carbon dioxide to accumulate in the blood. And carbon dioxide gives you the feeling of air hunger. So the objective is to gently soften the speed of the air as it comes into the nose, and at the top of the breath, a total feeling of relaxation to the body to allow a relaxed and prolonged exhalation. And then again to take a very soft and slow, gentle breath in through your nose, almost that you are hardly taking any air into your nose at all, that your breathing is so smooth that there is hardly any turbulence of airflow coming into your nose, that you feel hardly any air coming into your nose. It's not by holding the breath, it's just by softening breathing. And it's by softening breathing, by focusing on the area just around the nose. And with that, then, we are exposing our body to slightly elevated carbon dioxide for a period of time. And the purpose of that is to reduce the body's chemosensitivity or reaction to carbon dioxide. And then we spoke about the advanced yoga instructor. This then, by practicing this exercise, as well as nose breathing during sleep and nose breathing during physical exercise and breath hold exercises, we reduce the chemosensitivity to carbon dioxide, which in turn increases breath hold time, which in turn allows the advanced yoga instructor to practice slower breathing with prolonged pauses. So it's a very interesting exercise, and that's all about the biochemistry. And, you know, normally people, when they do it, they feel a little bit drowsy, and they also have increased watery saliva in the mouth. And that's some feedback that it's activating the parasympathetic response. And also temperature comes into the hands. So I would say to any of your viewers, can you improve the temperature of your hands? But not by breathing more air, because the more air you breathe and the harder you breathe, the more your blood vessels constrict. Breathe less air and see what happens.
And how long should people do that for?
Do it for maybe 4 or 5 minutes. Take a rest for about a half a minute. Do it again for 4 or 5 minutes. You could do it for 10 minutes, or you could do it for 20 minutes. More experienced students will be allowing their breath to soften, and they could do it for an hour, you know, with a meditation. And normally anyway, with meditation, when we reach that advanced level of stillness, the breath almost disappears anyway. But with this, it's almost that, you know, we can activate the parasympathetic response very quickly, typically 3 to 4 minutes. And the other thing that I found with this is, when we have air hunger, the mind is less likely to wander. So it's a very good way of anchoring the attention onto the breath, that because from a psychological point of view, we're focusing our attention on our breathing, so we are taking our attention from the mind. But as we reduce our breathing volume and slow it down, we're stimulating the vagus nerve, which is also having a calming effect. And also with the air hunger, we're increasing blood flow and oxygen delivery to the brain. That's having a calming effect on the central nervous system. So we're calming the brain from a physiological point of view and also from a psychological point of view. And we have to bear in mind that, as I said, some people with anxiety and panic disorder, they can have an overly sensitive reaction to the feeling of suffocation. And it's really, really positive to give them a teaspoon of air hunger, because then we're desensitizing them to it. And I suppose your listeners with panic disorder will be aware that, you know, it was often advised that if you were having a hyperventilation attack in the past, or a panic attack in the past, is to breathe in and out of a bag. And of course, the whole purpose of a bag, it's only to do it for a couple of breaths. And I wouldn't use a bag. I think people should just cup their hands, because it allows oxygen in as well as pooling carbon dioxide. But it's the reason that the bag was used was to rebreathe carbon dioxide back into the lungs, to increase it in the blood. And as carbon dioxide increases in the blood, the carotid arteries dilate and there's more blood flow going to the brain.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Patrick, for leading me that and for joining me today. So I hope you found that interesting. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. I will leave links to Patrick's books and websites down in the description. If you want to know more about what Patrick's philosophy is, I've done a full interview with him, which I'll leave a link to somewhere around here. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a like, and if you want to see more videos like this, then subscribe to the channel, and thanks for joining me.